Peacemakers, I am back with another Instapot video, and I apologize for it taking so long, but you know, life happens. But I had a little bit of time, so I'm making a very quick chili recipe that can feed up to about maybe 12 people. You know, it's the holidays, family stop by, they say, hey, we're coming in, and they like right outside the door, and you don't have anything but like some dried beans in your cupboard and maybe some ground beef, things like that. Just hook up a quick chili, okay? So come and let me show you the ingredients. So we have 2.5 pounds of ground beef right here. We have 2.5 pounds of red beans, 1 pound of white northern beans. I have a 28-ounce can and a 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes. This is fire roasted and garlic, kind of add a little depth of flavor. These are plain. 8-ounce can of tomato sauce as per the instructions on this chili kit, which I have to add to. And you can either make it hot or make it mild, and I do plan on making it hot. Then we have our onions, 1 large onion cut up, chopped. 1 large green pepper and 1 large red bell pepper. And all you have to do is take all of these ingredients along with 6 cups of water. Each bottle is of course 2 cups. I'm planning on using 6, but there's a fill line in here. Let me show you. That you don't want to go past. Let's see, can I make it turn around? There you go. So you don't want to go past any liquids to go past this line. So I'm going to add all of the liquids from the canned tomatoes first, the tomato sauce and everything, and whatever's left, then I will add the leftover water. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to add, because I want it to be at the bottom where all the liquid is going to be, is the beans. Okay, so when you're dealing with dried beans, you also have to remember to sort and rinse them. So you rinse them to make sure there's no dirt or anything inside of your beans, but you sort them to make sure that you don't have any beans that look like this. Anything that you find unappetizing, any bean that you will find unappetizing dry, it's more likely going to be unappetizing cooked. So just take a look out, take the time out to sort them. Make sure you don't have any of these spots, like even on the white beans, they're a little bit discolored, and some of them have brown spots on them and things like that. These red ones look like raisins, so that's not what you want to taste in your food, okay? Now, these are dried beans, as you can see. Normally, you have to do an overnight soak or maybe a quick soak with boiling them in a pot overnight. You're boiling them in a pot for about an hour. Put the top on it once it boils. But you don't have to do it with the Instapot. You just add it in. Add all your beans in. Now, you can make this a beanless chili if you just don't like beans, but I like beans and I like for it to be filling, and that's how it's going to feed it's probably going to feed more than that actually. Then you take your ground beef and you add that as well, and I actually cooked this prior just to get all that extra oil out, because if you saute your ground beef in here with all of that oil, you're going to have some problems, and it looks like it's starting to fill up already. Then we're going to add all of our vegetables very carefully. And you see it's actually already starting to fill up this pot. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to be a really thick chili, I believe. This is my first time actually making this in the Instapot, so we're going to see how it all works out. Yep, you see what I mean? It's already up there. So, since it's already up there, I'm thinking I'm going to add the tomatoes first. Oh, that's a lot. So as I was adding, as y'all saw, as I was adding the tomatoes and everything else, it was starting to overflow. So what I did was I just mixed all the ingredients, and I took half of those ingredients out. So I'm going to make those adjustments inside of the, unless you have the very large Instapot, I'm going to make those adjustments inside of the description so you guys can have the proper amount so you won't overfill this pot. But I've taken it down significantly, so I'm going to add the other can of tomatoes and the tomato sauce to this. Alright, so this should cook down very nicely. And I have my Carol Shelby's original Texas brand chili kit. And I will be using all of the ingredients inside because I do want it to be spicy. So this is your chili spice mix. Take everything out of here first. Okay. So this is your chili spice mix right here. Is cayenne pepper that brings the heat to it. Now if you want to, you can add the whole thing, which will make it spicy, or half of it, which is gonna give it a little kick. And then masa. Masa is what we're gonna use if needed to thicken the chili up at the end. So you put this probably in like once the timer goes off, you stir it in, then you're gonna put the lid back on it for another 5 minutes or so and let it thicken up. But we're gonna see if we even need this, okay? But really simple seasoning packets. Really simple flavors, and it should equate to a great meal. Okay. Cayenne pepper in a pot. Chili powder. And keep in mind, I actually do have these seasonings inside my cupboard already. So if I taste it and it needs to be seasoned up a little bit more, I can just add more of these seasonings if I want. Okay. And now it's time to add the water. So this is 2 cups. Okay. This is 4 cups. And I like this Callaway Blue water. It tastes absolutely amazing. And though they are not endorsing this video right now, it's still a good brand of water. Stir this up a little bit. Okay, starting to get that nice little look on the chili. Look of chili, I should say. And then I'm just going to add a little bit more water to this. So it may be a situation to where I won't even need the masa. Alright. A little bit over the line, but that's fine. Just a little bit over the line. Alright, give it a nice, good stir. If you want it to be a little spicy, you can add a fresh pepper, fresh jalapeno pepper to it. If you like it just the way it is, then keep it like this. So now we're going to put the top on it. Make sure it's nice and secure. Get this out the way. Okay. And we are going to set it pressure level. Wait. Going to pressure cook. Make sure that it's on high pressure. And then we want to set the timer to 1 hour and 15 minutes. Make sure that your valve is set to not venting, but set to steaming. Alright, and we're going to check and see what this looks like in 1 hour and 15 minutes. Alright everybody, so the elapsed time of 1 hour and 15 minutes has arrived. And so I've already let all of the steam out, all of the pressure. That little cap right here has dropped down, so it's safe to take this lid off. But before I do that, this is the masa. So instead of you dumping the whole packet inside of here, which is going to make everything kind of clump up, and you're going to have big clumps of this white substance inside your chili. Masa, then say white substance. Masa inside your chili. You take some water and you kind of make a slurry with it. So you just pour a little bit in at a time to get it to like a slurry mixture. This is still too thick. And this helps dissolve everything. So when you add it to the chili, it can just blend together really nicely and really easy. Okay. So you want to stir that. Get that well incorporated. All the little powder balls out of there. Looks nice, looks nice. Add a little bit more water to that, and that should be all of the water that you need for the masa. So you want to get it this nice consistency right here. And make sure again that there are no clumps inside, because those clumps can find their way inside of your bowl when you're taking a nice big bite of chili, and you don't want that, okay? Alright, now the big reveal. Turn this around safely. Again, you have to make sure all the pressure is out of the pot before you open it, although this is automatically, it has a safety hazard, so it won't let you open it if there is a lot of pressure inside. Alright, there we go. This handy little spot looks great. Let's see what we got. That's a handy little spot for your lid, so all that water won't just spill out everywhere. Oh yeah, this looks nice. That looks pretty dope. See all of the beautiful vegetables and the meat, beans in there, and it looks fantastic. I'm wondering if it's so thick already with all of the ingredients, if I should just add the masa to begin with. But I tell you what, since it was a part of the packet, I'm going to add it, and then we're going to see what consistency it comes out. And at that point, we're going to let it sit for about 15 minutes after we add this all in, and then we'll see what we got. Alright, so here is the big reveal after letting it sit for about 15 minutes with the masa. Alright, looks good, looks good. Now, what I'm going to do is do a little taste test on one of the beans to see the tenderness and check the flavor. Because I used so many ingredients and that packet had, you know, a specific amount of seasoning in it, I want to make sure that it tastes seasoned. So I got a few beans, let me see. The beans are very good. Nice and tender. The only thing I am having an issue with is the salt. So, I figured I might. So I'm using 1 teaspoon of salt. And this is pink Himalayan sea salt. It's supposed to be better for you. So that's what I'm rolling with. Now, I'm going to rinse this off. Extra hot water. Okay. Alright, give it a stir. I'm actually going to use a different spoon to taste it next time. Alright, y'all see how thick it is? Looks so nice. So nice. Okay. Give me another taste. Give it another taste. Keep in mind, this stuff is really hot too. That's much better, but I think another teaspoon will be a lot better. Let's see here. So that's 2 extra teaspoons of salt at the end. Now, as you, of course, flavor this as you like. Flavor this as you like. So if that first teaspoon was good enough for you, then by all means keep it right there. But I did put a teaspoon of salt and pepper in the meat before when I was cooking it, so I didn't want it to be over seasoned. But that's why you taste your food before you serve it. Make sure that the flavors are right, you know. That's it right there. That's the flavor you're looking for. So let me serve this up and let you know how it tastes all together. Alright, so here it is. Big taste test put a little bit of Italian seasoning, because if you look at Italian seasoning, it's mostly parsley anyway, and I wanted some parsley on here. But here we go. Yeah. It's cold outside, so this nice warm heat from the cayenne pepper, the beans, everything is just like somebody hugging you from the inside, you know? So this is really dope, and I hope that you guys make it. I hope that you enjoy it. Again, this was kind of like a trial and error thing because I didn't know exactly how much of the ingredients I would have needed. But we got it right. It will be in the description, so you go by that recipe. This is how it's going to turn out, and I think you, your family, your guests, whomever you're cooking this for, is going to love it. Thank you for watching, and look forward to bringing you more videos like this from my good friend Instapot. Alright? I'm going to go eat.